want to do it.
Deny.
Okay, so sounds
get it out of your system, Alex.
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We're recording live
From
Chic
Shea
Geeks,
Geeks.
downtown Montreal. You're a one-stop shop for everything gaming.
Is that where we are?
Yes, we are.
Oh.
Yes, don't you do... Have you looked behind you for 1 second?
What is this? you were saying?
You make it seem like we kidnapped you in here and you didn't...
I
blindfolded and gagged.
I'm here against my will, everybody, just so you know.
Of course you are. So, you guys know No Man's Sky.
Is that
the game that everyone thought so much about.
Is that one space game?
The one space game that
Yeah,
everybody thought it was going to bring peace into humanity and was going to usher us into a new era.
But it's done the contrary.
This has nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to point it out because I'm still salty about the game. Actually, well, it's a little bit related. These devs, these indie devs, created this game called
No Mario
Sky, which is basically a sort of really cool idea of a platformer where you like kind of the No Man's Skies universe playing as Mario, and then you start on the planet, and then you jump to the next one, and it's a platformer until the end.
So Mario Galaxy.
Yes, it was in
2D Mario
In 2D.
Galaxy.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It doesn't have the charm of Mario Galaxy because the charm of Mario Galaxy is, the spaceness.
Yeah, it's aimed
of it.
towards 3-year-olds, so yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on. Salty bastard. But Nintendo, being Nintendo how they are, they decided to send them a cease and desist.
What a surprise.
I wonder if
On
they
a
have
game
them.
that they probably made no money off of because it was made at a game jam.
Exactly.
Thank you, Nintendo, for
But the most
being...
most interesting change is that the developers actually changed the name and they called them no DMCA Sky.
Well, that's pretty ironic, isn't it?
It is. It is very ironic.
They changed all the assets
What do you mean?
of the game.
What do you mean?
Because the assets.
Assets.
Not
yes,
the
yes.
assets. The
Not the
assets.
assets.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Assets.
I heard ashes for some reason.
I heard assets.
And
Of course you would.
pixelated butts. That's Luis's thing. Who knew? And
That's his thing too.
basically-
He's agreeing. It's his thing too.
No, I said I knew.
Okay, Mike knew.
I'm pretty sure you were agreeing with me that
Um,
pixelated assets are awesome.
Back on track.
Yes, please.
Thank you. A bunch of the games made at the Indie Games Jam were actually DMCA'd
Mm-hmm.
because they probably ripped off assets from other games, even though none of those games, I think, were monetized.
Okay.
course
So
not, it's
the
a game
devs
jam.
of No Mario Sky saw it coming, and they were ready as soon as they received a letter from Nintendo. They were like, "Well, look at that! All our things changed, so we're not using any assets from Nintendo stuff, so you can't do anything to us anymore." Can you blur that out, Mike, please? Thank you.
with his new tracking software.
Yeah, through the new tracking software. So yeah, that's I think a good way to flip off, so to speak, Nintendo,
It
because
is.
they're DMCAing you for a project you're not making any money out of.
But it's Nintendo, and they done that their entire life. I mean,
Oh,
they did
they're-
that with Uranium.
Well, yeah,
Right.
we spoke about that a
Look,
few weeks ago.
The thing is that they're entitled to do it, but they look like big dicks, and not like the nice big dicks, like really the flabby old man dicks.
Like at the gym when they just walk around with no towel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what Nintendo's become.
Yeah.
The old man at the gym.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. In news recently,
Really?
yes, in news,
And like last week's news, like last week in gaming news.
a last week in gaming-ish thing is going on. Absolutely. So in news, there is a new game, a new Kickstarter game actually, which is about developers. Interestingly enough, it's called Dawn of the Devs.
Yes, heard about this.
You heard about this?
This is cool.
So you're playing basically right now. There's three devs that you can play as: Hideo Kojima. I think it's Cliff Bleszinski from he made basically the
Cliffy B.
Cliffy B. Everybody, which he doesn't like to be called.
Really?
At the start he did. I think he just grew on him at this point.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So and then afterwards there's also Tim Schafer. That's it.
Tim Schafer.
That's
Tim
it.
Schafer, Hideo Kojima, and Cliffy B. That's a good selection, man.
With announcements, I think for additional devs to be
Three more.
three more devs to be added.
As a bonus, like
Yeah.
if they reach
That's
a new
it.
milestone.
Oh, nice.
Exactly. So basically, it's a 2D puzzle.
Stretch goal.
Stretch goal.
Yeah, which
Thank
is
you,
always good to
Luis.
have. It gives a little incentive to the people. So basically, it's a 2D puzzle platformer, and it.
Wait, did he say Sid Meier? Sid Meier is one of them? Oh, that would be so funny. Or like his only ability is just waiting a long time.
His ability is called
Like-
next turn.
Next turn. His ability is just called next turn.
Quick, Sid, use your ability.
I'm just waiting for things to simulate. Give,
That's right.
give me a second.
I'm making my game. It's gonna take another 10
his
years.
skill is reticulating splines.
Reticulating splines?
Yes.
No, that would be.
That's in Sim. It's from Sim City.
It's okay, we
My
forgive
bad.
you.
My bad.
So
I'm
okay, so
sorry.
tell us more about this game.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much right now. Like you're basically it's a puzzle platformer, and
Okay.
I guess you could just it's 2D, right? So like think Mario, but with other types of puzzles. I'm assuming it's the way the game is working right now. And the interesting enough about it is that there's obviously like there's an end boss that you have to face, like an antagonist that you have to face called the Metacritic.
Oh my God! Yes,
Nice.
that's great.
So yeah, so the it's pretty interesting. They already have a few things. If anything, we'll show some pictures on screen here just to give an idea of what to look for. But it's actually interesting. And another thing that's really funny is that you would think this would get some kind of negative attention from the actual devs because most people.
They're for sure down for it.
But just to say, most people you think are.
Well, it's not like they're using like Nintendo devs.
I mean, come on, right?
I mean, obviously, you know who's not going to be in it.
Miyamoto.
Actually,
Thank you.
I think he's one of the 3 extra devs.
No.
I think he is.
Well, they better not do that because they're gonna shut that game down so fast.
I think he is.
Do you think Shigeru Miyamoto himself is actually a Nintendo IP?
Go look. Well,
Like
no.
they just created him?
No, well,
It's very
I mean,
possible. He is the face
at this
of Nintendo.
point, I don't know what happens at Nintendo, but it's like some serious. Like,
There's some sketchy shit going on over there.
Nintendo, whatever is in your butt, remove it. Like, remove it. But interestingly enough, for the game, it's you got messages from Cliffy B, who basically I was like, oh no, what's he gonna say? Is he gonna be like not like?
John Romero. Okay, keep going. I'm thinking of all the awesome.
But
devs
he
that
was
could be in
super.
this.
He was super down for it. Like,
course he is.
He was super like, guys, check this out, haha. Like he was super.
yeah, and he tagged Kojima and
Yeah.
Yes.
Tim Schafer. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, who would be really cool devs to have in there? John Romero or, you know, any of the... Yeah, like the father and mother
Yeah.
of
John-
FPS.
What's the guy that works at? Is it ID?
ID Software?
Yeah, was it John Cormac?
Carmack.
Carmack.
John Carmack
Yeah.
and John Romero. Either one of them. Or they would have to be a team. Like two guys who work together like the ice climbers.
That would be awesome. And every immediate kill just explodes in a blood of gore.
Yeah.
One is Jewish, the other is a Martian.
It's the best.
But they have signature moves. The 3 devs currently.
Cliffy B has the chainsaw
battle-
gun
Obviously,
from
from Gears.
Kojima has a box, and you can hide under it and sneak
Yes!
past enemies.
Yes.
And Tim Schafer can just put everything in his pockets. Everything fits.
Point and click.
Everything fits.
Because of point and click.
Everything fits. You see in the like the trailer, there's just like this huge. I think it's like the sun or the moon, and just like whoop, in his pocket.
That is literally the greatest thing ever.
And you have to use all 3 devs to go through the puzzles, and there's
So it's
bosses.
kind of like a trine system.
kind of, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure. It's still a 2D platformer,
Like Trine? Well, it's a 3D platformer, but whatever.
but if they can
If
work
it's
on,
anything like Trine, Trine is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I think that could work really well.
Well, Trine is just a fancy version of Lost Vikings, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
yeah. You know what?
Basically.
Let's put the Kickstarter in our video link.
Yeah, we'll put the link for the Kickstarter down below, and I think we strongly encourage you all to go
Just go take a look at it.
go take a look and hey, back it if you think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they're at 65,000 stretch goal right now, I think.
Oh, they already kickstarted them. Good. All right. So continuing in last week's news, obviously this last week, Sony announced the PS4 Pro and
Yes,
the
they
PS4
did.
Slim.
Yeah.
We'll have a full discussion on that announcement later this week. But for the meantime, a question was asked to Sony, and their answer was very odd and vague, and it wasn't completely clear. They were asked if users would have to pay for patches that were coming because 4K and HDR are two of the new technologies that are going to be available on the PlayStation 4 line of consoles.
Yes.
What's that face?
I'm just like, what? It's like my what face.
Oh, okay. And they were asked, are people going to have to pay for patches? And essentially their statement was, we will not charge consumers for patches.
Was that their statement? Because the statement I saw was, it depends.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
Yeah, but that's not... No. It depends was the original thing. It's like they've clarified since then.
Okay, there we go.
A lot of news outlets went like, what?
Yeah,
And then Sony was
because-
like, no. Wait.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, no, Sony is not going to be charging anybody for... But just to clarify, at the beginning of the week, after the announcement was made, it was thought... Well, they were like, it depends. It depends if people are going to be charged for these updates. And then everybody was like, wait, what? And then it came with like kind of a side effect of, oh, yeah, like your face.
Yeah.
You were like, what? And it came with all kinds of like... people like assuming things and just like, oh my god, let's speculate the crap out of this and figure out what's happening.
And get millions of views on YouTube and...
Isn't that what we're doing?
Got Sony a bunch of press.
Okay, so we know that Sony is not going to charge for 4K updates.
And that is the important point.
But
Devs, I suppose, technically could.
devs could.
So
I
what? They're gonna
don't
sell it as a
think-
DLC?
No. I don't think it'd be a patch, a paid patch. Technically. And it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Okay? The majority of devs are already working in 4K anyway, so the 4K part of it is just going to be a part of it because it's part of moving forward, right? But when we're talking about the HDR part of it, first of all, HDR, and we'll talk more about this in the discussion, but HDR is like maybe on like 1% of TVs on the market right now, so it's not even a technology that's like fully usable.
No.
And I imagine that it must be a headache for developers to have to create like kind of like HDR compatible.
Well, if they start off not HDR, like let's say Dragon Age,
Sure.
for example, Inquisition,
Yeah.
then I personally wouldn't see the point of going back compared to, okay, the next Dragon Age is going to be in HDR/4K.
Sure.
Personally, I mean, I
would
don't
make
even
more
own
sense.
I don't even own a 4K TV.
I don't think a lot of people do.
No, one of my friends bought one, but I mean,
And what does he do with it? It's like nothing much to do with 4K yet.
The original confusion, I think, on this entire subject was when there was an interview being conducted with Ito,
Ito who?
Masayasu Ito, right? Sony Interactive Entertainment executive.
there we go.
Yeah, I figure I'd clarify that for
Thank you,
everyone.
Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
And they asked him, for the 4K HDR patch for existing titles, will it cost money or will it be free? Ito's answer was, it will be different for each title. I believe it will depend on the thinking of each licensee. And like, what about Sony Interactive Entertainment titles? I think it will vary for each one of our titles. So you can see where the confusion came from,
Yeah.
right? Then the guy's like, what you're saying is that there will be titles that have a fee for the patch and patches for the titles that are free? And he said, that is correct.
I think there was something that was lost in translation here.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Yes. They clarified the comments, obviously.
It happens.
Because,
I'm
yeah,
glad they
It's an
did.
honest mistake.
I'm glad they did because the
Yeah.
way it was sounding is like, hey, you wanna have
I mean,
fancy graphics eventually in the future, you're gonna have to pay for it. And it's like, well, console gaming just became a little bit less interesting. It is gonna be handled that way in the future.
well, luckily, I don't think we have anything to worry about, seeing as it looks as though there might be some greedy third-party developers that do want to charge a fee for it, just because extra research.
Hey, if
and
you want to
development.
spend $5 on having a 4K and probably not see a difference anyways, I mean, it's your prerogative.
Well, no, because if you have a 4K TV, you're going to be able to tell the difference. And the thing is that if you have an HDR compatible 4K TV, you're definitely going to see a massive difference than a game that's made in 1080p being upscaled to 4K with no HDR
True.
capacities. Right? So
It's
that's-
not for me, because I don't really care. And
we're gonna talk about that
yeah, we
point
will.
in the
We
discussion
will.
because that's more about the console than it is about the games. But
Fair
at
enough.
least we're gonna see, I guess, what happens with some developers end up charging for it.
Hopefully they won't.
Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I just woke up.
Sure you did. So we got some interesting news from Bethesda.
Oh,
Oh
what?
no, what now?
What?
Whoa, geez. Okay, damn.
No, I'm kidding.
All right. So you may not be aware, but Skyrim is coming to current gen consoles
Yes.
Yes.
with all the expansions and whatnot, and like better graphics.
Yeah.
Is it the Legendary Edition?
Yeah.
Okay.
However, also there are now downloadable mods for Xbox 360,
Interesting.
360?
Xbox One, sorry,
Okay.
for Fallout.
For Fallout.
Fallout.
Hence, also eventually Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Okay.
Right.
However, for some reason, Sony won't allow mods to be downloadable on PS4.
Question:
Why not? I think that's what people are asking. It's like,
There,
why?
there have been a lot of problems with mods being stolen from PC mods and then just like re-uploaded.
But Skyrim is a single-player game. I would.
I don't think it's
No,
an
but
issue of what people
the
are
mods
doing
on
with the
PC
mods.
Yeah, but the mods have been stolen, not given proper credit to the creators,
Oh, okay,
and
for the
then
stolen
put on.
content. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that could be one of the reasons.
And
Yeah,
there's
but
The other reason is that maybe Sony's scared that somebody's gonna be a smartass and try to modify inside files from the console, maybe using mods. Maybe that's something
how would
Sony
that be
doesn't.
possible?
I don't mean the magic of programming.
how
I
would
mean,
how would that negatively impact, the gameplay to the community versus
because
just
it wouldn't be
person?
affecting the gameplay. It would be affecting the console and the user, and at some extent it could.
But I mean, people have installed mods on their PC, and
Yeah.
besides like that one issue we had a while ago with Nexus mods being hacked, besides that event, nothing else happened.
No.
Okay, but
And
that's
Nex-
what.
and,
that's-
and also Nexus mods is not like moderated for the mods that are uploaded. You take a risk when you install a mod.
That's right.
Like when you upload a mod for Bethesda, it's screened because on consoles they don't want any nudity or stuff like that.
Okay, so what if Sony doesn't want to run that?
That's
Run that
fine,
risk.
but what's their reason? Like,
Yeah.
what is the conscious business decision going? It's better for us not to accept mods
That's
for
right.
Fallout / Skyrim on PS4.
Every decision by any major company comes down to, does it affect the company in a negative way, or will it affect the community in a negative way?
Well, that's what Sony should eventually tell people why they're not accepting that.
Oh, of course. I mean, I completely agree with that. But
And usually Sony is very good, like
they're very open when it
giving
comes to the
information
absolutely.
to the clients. So I don't know why they would not do that.
If it was a multiplayer game, I would completely understand why.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't want it. You don't want the experience to be the same for every single person, right? You don't want some
course.
person to have an advantage over another.
Absolutely,
That makes complete
and
sense.
that does make sense.
That's what
That
I'm
is
heading.
completely fine.
That's what I'm gearing towards a different point of view. Like it's not about the game; it's about something that Sony might be worried about. That's why they're not letting mods into the console.
I mean, it's weird because mods you would think is a huge selling point to have. I mean, on console,
For
like
PC, it's a huge. That's one of the reasons why people go for PC over console is because of the fact that you can download mods to expand on your
Exactly.
gameplay experience. But consoles, you're limited to whatever happened, whatever the developer decided to make the final product be. That's what you're stuck with.
absolutely. Well, I'm gonna keep an eye out for any updates. Well, this has been Last Week in Gaming.
I'm Alex.
And Lucas.
I'm Ren. And I'm Mike! And Mike says hello. And thank you all so much for watching. If you want to come check some cool swag for TMS, come to She Geeks, downtown Montreal. And
Come from all over the world.
come from all over the world.
It doesn't matter where you are, just come.
And yeah, thank
That's
you
it.
for watching.
Thank you very much.
See ya.
Hey guys, thank you for watching our videos. If you want to see some more awesome content, don't forget to follow a couple of little videos over here, and don't forget to subscribe. If you would like to see some awesome swag like this TMS cap, don't forget to check on the description below for Manson clothing designs. And if you want to get some free awesome games, don't forget to check gamer giveaways right in the description below. Thank you and goodbye.